What's up, guys? Well, welcome to today's session. Today is all about customized workouts. Now, truthfully, the reason why I originally created this session is because, we're all on Instagram. We all see this, and all of these fitness influencers have been selling these $40, $50 customized workouts, right? You get a customized diet and you get a customized workout. And it's just been driving me bonkers to know that people have been buying these things and being fooled by this marketing of these customized workouts. And so today what I want to do is talk about what is a customized workout. And I just, more than anything, just want to help educate you. So A, you don't fall into the traps of marketing of hearing customized workouts. B, you know what questions to ask if you are going to purchase a customized workout, and C, what are the elements of a customized workout. So we're going to go over all of that today, and hopefully you're not going to be duped by any more fitness influencers out there that are selling these $20 customized workouts. All right. So today is all about educating you, making you a smarter consumer. So when you buy something, it actually is going to work out for you. Okay. So let's go over the basics on when you're actually customizing a workout. What are some of the factors that you need to look at when creating a customized workout or when getting a customized workout? Now, I will tell you this, almost every customized workout is going to have these things. Okay. But these are things that you should consider if you're creating it yourself. But if you're buying it, just know that this is just kind of the basics. Everybody will have this. Okay. It'll have the number of sets you're doing. It will have the number of reps you're doing. It will have the amount of rest time. What kind of workout split are you doing? Are you doing upper body, lower body split? Are you doing more of a bodybuilder like push-pull split? Or are you doing, total body type split? Okay. So your split that you're doing. Okay. And then every workout for the most part is going to have some kind of purpose, some kind of intention. If you were part of our session before where we talked about weight training phases, a really good customized workout will tell you exactly what weight training phase you're in, and what the purpose is behind this particular workout and what you should be getting out of the workout. Okay. So that is the basics. Okay. And a lot of times, when people are getting customized workouts, they're just getting this, in a sense, kind of thrown to them. They don't really understand why they're doing it. Okay. So every workout is going to have these types of things. Okay. Now, if you're buying a workout, just know that that's going to come with it. Okay. But if you're creating a workout, it's really cool to be able to create a workout based on these 5 elements: your sets, your reps, your rest, your splits, and your phase and intention. Let's say that you are going out and you're looking for a customized program, or you want to know if something is customized. I will tell you, there are things that we look at as workout specialists, people that, I create programs all the time. I'm writing programs every single week, right? And there are things that I am writing these programs for, okay? And I actually call them levels of customization, okay? So let's just go back to the whole problem that I talked about at the very beginning, and that's these fitness influencers or just people, period. They don't even have to be an influencer, but people selling a customized workout or a customized diet, right? And the question is what does that really mean to you, okay? Now, I can just customize it and say, oh, this is a workout for women, right? And that's one level of customization. Now, that is one level of customization, but is that all you want it to be customized to? Okay. Now, I can say, oh, it's customized for people who want to be faster, right? That's another level of customization. Okay. But what kind of customization do you really want in your program? So just by saying, hey, I'm customizing this workout for women, okay, that's one level of customization. That's all that is. And if you're okay with that, but then go ahead and buy it, and don't complain if it's just super generic. Okay. But you have to understand that just if you have one element of, or one level of customization, you can technically call that thing a customized workout. Even if everybody's following the same plan, okay, everybody and their mama is following the same plan, everybody's signing up, getting the same workout plan, you can still call it a customized workout because it's just for women, okay, or just for men, or whatever the case may be, okay? So just be really careful. Customization is truly a marketing term, okay, that does not tell you what it's really customized to. Okay. Now at iFM Coaching, we try to be extremely transparent with what we're actually customizing your workout to. So we don't call it a customized workout. Okay. We call it a 5-level custom workout, or we call it a 10-level custom workout. Okay. But let's go ahead and talk about all the different levels of customization that you can go through. And some of these are going to be really simple. Now, I'll tell you this, the more levels that your program is customized to, the more this is customized to you and the more fine-tuned it is for you. So it will be in your favor to have all of these in your workout plan. Okay. If you're creating this on your own, it will be in your favor to have all of these in your workout plan. Okay. If you want to purchase a plan, then get as many as you can based on your budget. Okay. So let's go over those levels of customization. Okay. So number one, you got to have a workout that's based on your goals. Pretty much every workout out there is customized to somebody's goals, right? Let's lose fat. Let's gain muscle, whatever. So that's like level one. Okay. Again, as long as I can say that this workout is designed for fat loss, or I can say this workout is designed for muscle building, I can call that a customized workout. But literally, I only customize it to one level. Okay. So we're going to go through all the levels. So goals has to be there. Okay. Now, the other thing that really has to be there is taking your starting point into consideration. Okay. If a workout plan does not take your starting point into consideration, do not waste your time. Yes, I rolled my eyes. Do not waste your time. Okay. So imagine this. Let me give you this scenario. Imagine this. Imagine that I say, hey, I have a plan that's going to get you to New York. Okay. And you're like, cool, I want to buy the plan. And so I give you a roadmap on how to get to New York. Okay. You look at it and it says, okay, you need to take Highway 5. Then you got to take, 222 east until you get to 237. And then when you get to 237, you're going to go north and you're going to take a right on whatever, right? So you're looking at all this starting stuff and you're like, well, I don't know where any of this stuff is, because all I did was create how to get to New York. I know the end point, but I don't know where you're starting from. I don't know if you're starting from Houston. I don't know if you're starting from California. I don't know if you're starting from Washington. Hell, I don't know if you're starting from New Jersey. Okay. So I don't know where you're starting from. So if all I take into consideration is where you want to end up, and I don't take into consideration where you're starting, well, then how good is that plan? Okay. So it's got to take into consideration where you're starting from. If I know you're starting from Houston and I know that you want to get to the Empire State Building, then I can give you step-by-step directions on exactly how you need to get there. It's just like a GPS. Okay. But if a workout plan is not taking in consideration your starting point, okay, they're not looking at your information, where you're weak, where you're strong. They're not looking at these things. Okay. Well, then how custom is that program really? Okay. So got to have your goals, got to have your starting point. And another thing that you've got to look at is how much time do you actually have to exercise? Okay. There's some clients who literally only have a certain amount of time to work out. Okay. Some clients have 30 minutes. Some clients have an hour. Okay. Some clients have an hour and a half. Some clients have 2 hours. Okay. Some clients have 1 day a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week. Okay. You have to look at time and you got to consider that in one of the levels. Okay. So we have goals, we have starting point, we have how much time you have per workout, per session. We have how many days per week that you can actually train. Okay. We have the body parts that you actually need to strengthen. Okay. We need to, that's another level. Another level is areas of your body that you want to improve. Okay. Now I'll tell you this, that if you don't have these 5 basic things so far, your goals, your starting point, how much time you have, the body parts that need to be strengthened, and the areas of the body that you want to improve. If you don't have these 5 things in your customized program and these basic 5 things, man, I don't know if you're really getting a customized workout, and I don't know if you're really getting the most that you possibly can. Okay. Every single client that works with us, they have to get, if they're doing a weight training program with us or an exercise program, they have to get the baseline of these 5 levels. Okay. Because we can't write a program if it's less than those 5 levels. Okay. Then at that point, we're just kind of just guessing. We don't know if it's really going to work or not. Okay. We have to have at least these 5 levels to get any client started. So if you don't have those 5 levels in your program, if you don't have those 5 levels in a program that you're purchasing, okay, then you might want to reconsider purchasing that program. Okay. All right, let's keep it going. Okay. Now, another level that you need to look at is how much cardio you need to be doing based on your goals. Okay. That's pretty simple. Because some people need to do high amounts of cardio. Some people need to do low amounts of cardio. Some people need to do intervals. Some people need to do steady state. Okay. Some people need to do a combination of the two. Okay. So your cardio program based on your goals is extremely important. And that's another level of customization. Okay. Now, this is kind of an easy one, right? But equipment you have access to. Okay. If you don't have access to the equipment, then what good is that program if you don't have access to it? Okay. In fact, I have clients on a weekly basis say, hey, I don't have this machine, and I have to go in and customize it. Because sometimes I don't know. I mean, I work with a lot of clients all over the country, so I don't really know sometimes how their gym looks. So I try to give them exercises that most gyms have. But every now and again, I'll get clients who say, hey, we don't have this machine. So I'll go in and I'll customize it. Okay. That's how they know that it's customized, because they can actually talk to me and I can go in there and change it. Okay. Your gym setup. Okay. Your gym setup that's not just how your equipment, what equipment you have access to. Your gym setup is another level of customization that you have to take into consideration. In fact, last night I was actually having a conversation with a client, and she was telling me, she's like, it doesn't matter what you pair my workout with, because everything is really close to each other. So because everything was so close to each other, I created a circuit workout for her. And so now she can do a circuit workout with 5 different exercises and just go round and round with that particular circuit. Where a few days ago, I had a client who said, hey, look, the upper body machines are on the 2nd floor, the lower body machines are on the 1st floor, and the cardio machines are on the 3rd floor. Okay. So I know that when I go to look at creating her program, I've got to look at it based on her particular gym setup. Okay. So that's another level of customization that we have to look at. Okay. We need to look at your weak body parts. Okay. That's a very, very important thing to consider, because you may not know it. Now, this may not be something that you'll be able to do yourself. I mean, there might be some things right away that you can say, oh, these are my weak body parts as far as weak and strength. But what about some body parts that you don't know are weak? Like a lot of postural muscles for most people are very, very weak, because we sit behind a computer all day and we have our shoulders rounded. Okay. So those are also, that's kind of like next level. If you have a coach is able to look at that and say, hey, look, based on your occupation, based on your posture, chances are you have some weak muscles. Okay. Now when we create programs, we do that. Sometimes we don't explain it to the client, just because there's so much to explain and there's so many levels of customization that they just want, hey, look, as long as I'm gaining muscle and I'm not hurting myself, I'm good, and I'll just keep going. But we do look at that as coaches. Okay. We also look at your body parts that need to be improved. We talked about that already. Okay. Now here's a big thing: the muscles that your body best responds to. Okay. In fact, let's see, was it Monday? Maybe a week ago Monday, I was talking to a client. He's like, hey, Aaron, just so you know, and he's 55, 56. He's like, hey, Aaron, just so you know, my arms respond to anything. Like, I can literally not do arms and I'm going to have huge arms. So let's, just take that into consideration. Now, this is somebody who really knows his body, and I trust that he knows his body. He's a triathlete. He's done, 20 something Ironman. So I trust that he knows his body. But a lot of times clients that are just starting their journey, they don't know their body. But as a coach, that's my job to be able to look at a muscle and say, wow, when we do just 1 exercise per week, these muscles grow rapidly, right? Or when we do 5 exercises per week, these muscles barely grow. Okay. So knowing which muscles respond the best and the least is extremely important into creating your program. Okay. So that's another level of customization. Okay. Probably my favorite, and I say the thing that I care about more than anything, is joint range of motion. Okay. That's a level of customization that a lot of people don't take into consideration. Okay. If you have back injuries, if you have shoulder injuries, if you have knee injuries, if you have elbow injuries, you've got to take into consideration your joint range of motion, because sometimes, especially back injuries, let's say you have back injury, that's pretty common. Okay. So if you have back injury, you really need to limit your range of motion on leg press. You really need to limit your range of motion on body weights, or barbell squats, if you need to be doing them at all. Okay. So you can still get a great workout with a limited range of motion. Okay. One of the big things that you hear all the time, especially with squats, is the whole ass to grass, or go down as far as you can, or go below parallel, or go to parallel, like all of this stuff. Okay. And honestly, it's complete hogwash. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't work if you go all the way down and you do that stuff. I'm not saying it doesn't work. What I'm saying is they're not taking into consideration your spinal range of motion. Okay. Your spine only has a certain amount of range of motion. Okay. If you want a quick way to hurt your back, then go all the way down and go ass to grass, and that's a real quick way to hurt your back. Cause it's not a matter of time. I mean, it's only a matter of time until you hurt yourself with that. Okay. So when we prescribe exercises, this is super important for my clients to know right now, but even future clients. But when we prescribe exercises that we know are going to limit your risk of injury. Okay. And we are most likely going to side on the side of caution and limit that range of motion. Okay. Some of my clients, you see the way we do seated dips. You'll see, if you go watch that video on how to do seated dips, you'll see that the range of motion is extremely short. I spent 14 years of my career going through continuing education on proper human biomechanics. And a big part of that was learning a joint range of motion. So learning the joint range of motion just on your shoulder. Okay. Learning a joint range of motion on your elbow, or on your knees, or on your hips. Okay. So I had to learn the joint range of motion for each one of those, and knowing at which point are you going to start putting yourself at high risk for injury. Okay. And then you combine that with exercise selection. Hey, look, if I can just keep a client from getting hurt, the chances of their success of getting results are going to be really high, because they never hurt themselves. They're always continually going. Okay. So that's another level. And I went off on that because I'm a huge nerd and I can talk about joint range of motion all day, but working around injuries is also another big thing. Okay. If you're a client of mine and you've had injuries, you've had shoulder surgery, or you've had, some cases, some of my clients get, breast augmentation surgery. Okay. Or they've had knee surgery, or in some cases they've hurt their back. Okay. All of my clients who have had some type of surgery or some type of injury, you all know that I have been able, that as coaches, we are able to work around that injury. You can still continue to work out. You can still continue to do things, and we are not putting you at risk for injury. We're actually helping you rehab through that injury. Okay. So that's another level of customization, is working around injury. And I think I mentioned this earlier, but injury prevention is another level, is making sure that you are creating the exercises so you are preventing injury from occurring. Okay. The most common injuries that occur are shoulder injuries, back injuries, knee injuries, low back injuries, I should say, and knee injuries. Those are the most common injuries that you see all the time. So if we can create programs and exercises and selections based on those common injuries to keep you from hurting yourself, that's a great thing. So you need to make sure that's another level of customization. Okay. And there's a few more, like your exercise likes and dislikes. Okay. Obviously that's a duh, right? Like I'm going to do the exercise likes and dislikes. I'm going to do more of the likes and less of the dislikes. You still need to do some dislikes, right? Because some dislikes are extremely effective. But if you really dislike something, we can always figure out something that you like to do instead. Okay. And then probably, I'll say the last one, I can probably keep going on all the different levels of customization, but program style likes and dislikes. Okay. That's a huge thing as well, because if you're extremely motivated with a particular style or program of workout, then you're probably going to be more motivated to do it. You're going to work out more intense. You're going to get more results. Okay. So doing programs likes and dislikes and taking that in consideration is another level of customization. Okay. So I just went through 16 levels of customization. Now you're probably looking at this and like, Aaron, man, that's a little bit overkill. That's way too many levels of customization. I don't really care about that. Okay, cool. I'm okay with that. And I understand that. Not everybody needs to go through all 16 of these levels. But I'm going to say this. You need at least 5 levels of customization. Every single client needs at least 5 levels of customization. And if you're looking at a program and they don't have at least 5 of these levels of customization, they don't talk about it. They don't tell you that they do. They don't straight out tell you that they do. Okay. Chances are they're not going to have it. So here are the 5 levels. Okay. Every program at its base should have these 5 levels of customization. Number 1, it should be based on your goals. Okay. Number 2, it should be based on your starting point. I should flip that around. So it should be based on your starting point, where you're actually starting. Okay. Where you're actually trying to go, your goals. Okay. It should be based on the amount of time that you have the exercise. Okay. The body parts that need to be strengthened and improved. Okay. And the last one is your cardio program based on your goals. Okay. If it doesn't have those 5, okay, then you need to just move on and not consider it. Okay. It needs to have at least those 5. Okay. Now, if you want to go next level and you want to go equipment you have access to, your weak body parts, the body parts that you best respond to. If you want to start looking at joint range of motion and working around injury, those are all kind of the advanced level, elite level stuff. Okay. But you should have at least 5 of those levels of customization. Okay. Now, I purposely wanted to show you the depth as coaches as we can go to creating a customized workout. Okay. So most of our clients are either doing a 5-level custom gym plan, or they're doing the 10 level, and we call it 10 level, but it's really unlimited. I mean, I just went through 16 levels and I could go on and on and on of even more levels. But again, I know it was a little bit overkill already. Okay. So our clients are either doing the 5 level or they're doing the 10 plus level. Okay. Now that's all great and everything, but what I want to do now is I want to kind of teach you, like, how do you know a workout is not customized? Okay. Let's talk about that for a second. Okay. So if you're going to buy a program online, okay, these are some ways that you know that this program is not customized. Okay. Way number 1, as soon as you pay, you get a program. Okay. Meaning, like, you didn't have to put in any of your numbers. You didn't have to put in your height, your weight, your goals, how many days per week you're working out. You didn't have to put in what your body fat is. You didn't have to say how many pounds of muscle you want to gain. You didn't have to put anything. All you did was just put in your credit card, and then boom, you have a workout. Okay. That's way number 1, is as soon as you pay, you get the workout. Way number 2, I just said it. Your numbers aren't even taken into consideration. You don't even have to enter your numbers to create the workout, or they're not considered at all. Okay. Number 3, everyone that joins follows the same program. Okay. So if your friend were to get on it and y'all were to pay, at the same time, you would get on your phones and you pay at the same time, and both of y'all get the same workout, that is not customized. Okay. If the workout is not adjusted for you when something isn't working for you. Okay. So if you buy program, okay, and you're like, oh man, I have problems with this, I can't adjust it. Okay. Do you have a coach to actually reach out to and say, hey, I can't do this? And do they adjust it for you? Or do you just buy it and then you have to figure it out on your own on how to adjust it? Okay. If you have to figure it out on your own on how to adjust it, okay, because the coach isn't there and available for you, it's not a customized workout. Okay. If you can't ask questions or get real answers behind, like, why is my program written like this? What's the methodology behind my program? If you can't ask those questions and get the answers for those, then it's probably not customized. Okay. The other day I had one of my awesome clients She's the 2021 Miss Bikini Universe champion. And she asked me, she said, "Hey, Aaron, can you explain to me the method behind my program?" Or it was some question along those lines. And I don't think she knew what she was getting herself into, because I literally spent about 30 to 45 minutes taking her through program design, periodization, methodology, helping her understand the basics. And then I said, okay, so that's just the basics. Let me tell you what's happened with you. And I went through all her numbers and explained it. And she just looked at me. I said, okay, do you understand why your program is the way it is? And she's like, "No, I don't get it, but I trust that you get it. Thank you." And so it's pretty funny. But if you want to know, if any of my clients ever want to know, hey, why did you write the program like this? What did it? All you got to do is ask, and you're going to get that. Okay. All right, cool. So let's do this. I want to kind of give you some questions to ask whenever you are looking at buying a customized workout. Okay. This is super important. Okay. If all you did was ask these 4 questions and you didn't hear anything I said except this part of questions to ask a coach when buying a customized program, okay, I'm okay with that, okay? Because at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to make you a smarter consumer, okay? I want to make sure that you're not continuing to fall for these marketing tricks of customize this and customize that, and it's $50, okay? I'll tell you right now, it takes anywhere between an hour to 2 hours to write a program for a client. Okay. It takes a long time to write programs. Okay. If you do it right, it takes a long time. Okay. So here are 4 questions to ask. Okay. Number 1, what factors or variables are you using to customize my plan? Okay. You can use the list that we discussed earlier to kind of do a checklist. Okay. Did they say any of these things? Okay. Number 2, what if something isn't working for me and I can't do it? How will that be adjusted? Okay. That's a super important question. How will you be supported if for some reason, you can't seem to do the program that they gave you? Okay. Number 3, if my, this is kind of a funny question now that I'm about to read it. Number 3, if my friend joins, will they get the same program? Okay. You might trick that coach into saying, "Oh yeah, they're going to get the same program." Okay. If they are getting the same program, it's not customized. Okay. And then you can ask them a more in-depth, nerdy question of, how many levels do you go into to customize my program? Okay. If you were to ask that question, you probably are already smarter than them, because they're most likely not going to understand what you just asked. Okay. So those are the 4 questions that if you're looking at buying a program, those are the 4 questions that you need to know to ask. And don't be afraid. If you're buying something, know that you're the consumer. You have the right to ask these questions, okay? And if you don't have the ability to ask these questions, then chances are it's probably not a true customized program. It's probably just customized to 1 level, and that's it. And if you don't have those 5 levels that I talked about, okay, you're not really getting a program that's going to be effective. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap up today's session. I hope today you understand what is a customized workouts, the 5 levels that every really effective customized program should have, and what questions that you should ask, and how you know whether this is really a customized workout or not. Okay. So we went through a lot of information, guys. I'll see you next week.